similar situation. There is Cook there for over the top of Cooper, so he has now started to make a little bit of inroads with 6 minutes left to go. He's still got an awful lot of Caterhams before he gets to the front of this field, but each time he overtakes someone, it's an extra point out on track.
He's just on the fastest lap as well, Harry Cook, 53.140 for the number 9. He's up to 8th now and chasing onto the back of this leading group. What a recovery by Harry Cook after a grid penalty earlier on after that contact in race 2, and now he's burning his way through from the middle of the grid in this one. Still Bush and O'Flanagan fighting it out for the lead. Bush will go for the outside, Hoffman for the inside, side by side for that's Bianchi, Willis, and that's Pete Walters going for the inside in the black car. Hugo Bush has retaken the lead, going round the outside again at Paddock Hill Bend. Taylor O'Flanagan is there on the inside, Hoffman up the outside in the red car, then into Yates. Willis is up into 5th position now. He's got ahead of Philip Bianchi as they went through Paddock Hill Bend there. It's Hugo Bush trying to break away now with 5 minutes of this race to go. Bianchi a little bit sideways as he tries to hold off Pete Walters for what is now, I think, 6th position. I can't keep up what position they're in. They're changing and swapping around so much in this 8-car pack at the front of the field, with on the back of it Harry Cook trying to make more progress forward. His next target is Pete Walters in that 7th place. Over the line they come once again. Is O'Flanagan going to be close enough to make a move? I don't think he is. Yes, Hugo Bush has pulled away by a couple of Caterham lengths at the front of the field. Bianchi side by side. That's Walters going round the outside. Now Cook is going to start to try and climb into this lead battle.
Yep, Cook has closed that gap then. He's now going to look up the inside of Bianchi as they go up into Druids, but it was a gap enough for Hugo Bush to hold on that time through, but it all got closed up as they went into Paddock Hill with Taylor O'Flanagan back right on his tail now. Hoffman behind, David Yates still in that 4th place. Willis doing the recovery drive of this race so far, but Cook's not too many cars behind him. Obviously those two that came together in the last race, which caused them to Cook to have the penalty and Willis to be dropped back down in deep into the field as they head up through Surtees. Then it's absolutely long tail, an opportunistic move by Cook down the inside of Surtees, and that's a great move if he can make that stick, and he will need a bit of tow to help him out, and it doesn't look like it. It looks like Bianchi might have the momentum again round the outside, so Cook decides to slip back into the tow, get the speed back up, get those extra few miles an hour as he shelters out of the wind, and then he's going to dive down the inside of Paddock Hill Bend. Does indeed do that with Walters just ahead of him. Walters is not a championship scoring car in front, but he's still got a dispatch of him before he can get to this front group. Hugo Bush still managing to hold on at the moment. I heard of Taylor O'Flanagan tight in the mid-pack there. Walters and David Yates going wheel bashing again, and Cook having to just sit behind and watch and hope for the best he doesn't get collected. He's just trying to do the best he can to protect himself. David Yates a little bit wide, but Walters will have a look down the inside of Surtees this time through then. He's got the momentum. I think he's got that move done.
My goodness, that was frantic through there. I thought somebody was going to be sent spinning, and there still has it. Pete Walters over the curb on the inside, stays ahead of David Yates. Harry Cook's got ahead of Philip Bianchi and stayed there. Bianchi's lost 3 places in the last couple of laps. Less than 3 minutes to go now, and they're all starting to unleash their finishing moves, as it were, trying to get into the right place for the last lap attack. O'Flanagan back around the outside. He's retaken the lead from Hugo Bush. Hoffman still can't find a way past these two at the front. He's towing, I think that's Tom Willis up there in 4th place behind them now. He's got onto the tail of the leading group, the silver car. Yes, it is. Then David Yates now heading a 2nd group. They've dropped back just a little bit. As you said, Chris, I think David Yates got a slightly different setup on his car, so he's got a little less top-end speed.
So we got Cook though straight behind David Yates, so he did manage to get past Bianchi, then got past Walters on the way into Paddock, so doing what he needs to do late in this race. Only 2 minutes left on the clock, so very, very few laps, maybe 3 maximum more that we've got to go, depending on when they hit the line. But Cook is now up behind David Yates, who has been so far lots of time in 4th place, but it looks like he's drifted to 5th, and Willis has disappeared off the little gap in front of them. So it is now going to be David Yates protecting from Cook. There is that battle. Cook is going to pull then alongside and see whether he can late in this race get back towards that front race. He pinched David Yates and said, no, hey, you're coming back through into Paddock Hill this time through. He does take that position, so Cook has left it late, but he is just about going to get back onto grips with these drivers. But have he got enough lap to do anything about it?
Only got a couple of laps to go now at most. Is he going to catch these 4? Passing them is going to be another matter entirely. Hugo Bush is back in the lead then while that was going on. He's retaken Taylor O'Flanagan at Paddock. Goodness me, we're on lap 21 now. There was 1/10 of a second in it at the line. That's a lot between these cars. Taylor O'Flanagan still second. Still Hoffman can't quite find a way through. He's been trying all race long to get alongside these two, and he just can't do it. Tom Willett just keeping a watching brief behind them in the number
Gonna be
81 car.
ever so close across the line. I think we're going to have 2 laps left, aren't we, as they go across the line in front of us now. So then we've got a penultimate lap starting with Taylor O'Flanagan taking the lead then over the top of Hugo Bush. Little bit of a gap back to Hoffman, who just protects from Willis, but it is all coming to a head now. 2 laps to go in this 310R. 2 laps of Caterham action here at Brands Hatch. Fantastic action all weekend, and we're going 3 wide into Druids. Why not? We've tried it everywhere else. Why not try there as well? Hugo Bush is going to manage to hold on with the momentum round the outside of Hoffman. Willis looking down the inside. Is he going to be able to do anything about it? No, he has to sit back. But here comes Harry Cook, our championship leader, has made it all the way across.
He could still win this. They could be 5 wide over the line, this lot could. They don't care. They're just going to go all out over the last couple of laps of the weekend. No, Flanagan's got the Cook cuts back. Here he goes up the inside on Tom Willis. Remember, these two have already clashed once this weekend. Excuse me, he says to Tom Willis. No, you don't this time, says Tom Willis. Keeps his foot down, keeps that 4th place. That's lost those 2 momentum, and they're going to back up into the 6th place battle. What's Hugo Bush going to do? He's going to go to the outside. They go into the last lap of the weekend for the Caterhams. What a finish this is going to be. And now he's not gone round the outside. He's going to cut back onto the inside. O'Flanagan's held him off. Lars Hoffman's there in 3rd place, as he has been all the way. They're going to be 3 wide almost into Druids, almost wheel banging there between Bush and Hoffman. Willis is tucked in behind them as well. Then it's Harry Cook who's got to recover again down towards Graham Hill Bend for the last time. Is it going to be a hat-trick of wins for Taylor O'Flanagan, or is Hugo Bush going to get him on the run to the line? David Yates heads the 2nd group ahead of Pete Walters and Philip Bianchi. Here they come then through Surtees and McLaren for the last time. It's going to be now or never for Hugo Bush. He has a look on the inside. He may not get there in time on the run to the line. Lars Hoffman tucks in behind in the Mottle car. Up towards the line they come. This incredible Mottle Caterham 310R. 3rd race of the weekend. It looks like it is going to be a hat-trick for Taylor O'Flanagan. Hugo Bush closing up. Is he going to get alongside? O'Flanagan just gets it on the line ahead of Bush. Hoffman. Cook got past Willis for 4th place. And Walters, Yates, Bianchi, Cooper and Jack Sales completes the top 10. And I need a cold shower.
What a race by the 310s. We have been treated to absolute spectacular racing by this whole field of drivers as the rest of them blow across the line. Fantastic. Taylor Flanagan somehow coming out on top over the top of Bush. Hoffman in that 3rd place, and Cook made it to that 4th place over the top of Walters and Willis in the late stage of that race.